Did you know your ATM card is one of the most perfectly standardized objects on Earth? Think about it. No matter where you are in the world, Canada, Japan, Brazil, the United States, or even a tiny island nation, your ATM card is almost always exactly the same size. A card from a small local bank in the UK can slide perfectly into an ATM machine in Canada, Germany, India, or almost anywhere else on the planet. Different countries, different banks, different currencies, yet somehow every ATM card is almost exactly the same size. Not slightly similar, precisely the same. But why? Who decided this tiny rectangle should become the global standard for money? And what would happen if banks suddenly changed its size? Let's explore it right here on Zentino Facts. Before bank cards became standardized, the financial world was messy. Early cards came in different shapes and materials. Some were paper, some were metal, some were too large for wallets, others were too fragile for machines. At first, this didn't seem like a huge problem, but then technology started changing banking forever. Machines entered the picture. As banks began experimenting with automated systems and early card reading technology, they discovered something critical. Machines hate inconsistency. Even tiny differences in card dimensions could cause errors. A card slightly too thick might jam. A card too thin could bend. A card too wide wouldn't fit. A card too short might not align properly with readers inside the machine. And when millions of people rely on those machines every day, small mistakes become massive problems. So the financial industry needed one universal design, a single card size the entire world could build around. Eventually, international standards organizations created a precise format known as the ID1 standard. And the measurements are surprisingly exact. Every standard ATM card is 85.60 millimeters wide, 53.98 millimeters tall, and only 0.76 millimeters thick. Even the corners are carefully calculated. Those rounded edges are not just for appearance. They reduce wear and help cards move smoothly through ATM readers and payment terminals. What's fascinating is how deeply the world adapted to this single design. ATM machines were built around it. Wallets were designed for it. Card printers were engineered for it. Vending machines, hotel systems, office access readers, and payment terminals all evolved around the exact same dimensions. This tiny rectangle became part of the infrastructure of modern civilization. And here's where it gets even more interesting. The size wasn't chosen randomly. The dimensions were heavily influenced by early payment cards that became widely successful in the mid-20th century. As more companies copied the format, compatibility became more valuable than experimentation, because once millions of machines are built for one specific size, changing it becomes incredibly expensive. Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering banks introduced larger ATM cards. Suddenly, old ATMs stop working. Wallets no longer fit cards properly. Card readers worldwide become outdated. The financial system would face enormous disruption. So even as technology evolves, the physical shape of the ATM card barely changes. In fact, many experts consider it one of the greatest examples of global standardization ever created. A tiny object so universally accepted that billions of people use it daily without ever questioning why it looks exactly the way it does. And maybe that's the most fascinating part. Some of the world's most important systems are completely invisible. You don't notice them because they work so well, until one day they don't. And the next time you pull an ATM card from your wallet, remember, you're holding one of the most universally standardized objects ever created by humans. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more fascinating stories about the hidden systems secretly shaping the world around you. Thanks for watching.